what's the point of having a country? See, we have this collective landmass here, right? We call the United States. And what binds us together, right? A bunch of collective principles embodied in a Constitution. Now, we can get to all the legal language of what the Constitution meant for all this other stuff, but if it doesn't protect the most vulnerable, i.e. my kids and your kids, I'm not interested. Send me up to the mountains to live by my own. Give me a shotgun or something to protect my own family, and I'll be okay. What happened this week with this Balenciaga thing, and I don't even want to get too into the ads. They're disgusting and they're gross, and you've heard the story 1,000 times. The way they sexualize kids in these ads, you get it, you've seen it. The worst part about this story is not just the ads, it was the response later. I want you to take a listen to this. Here was The View. This is the craziest thing you're ever going to see. The hosts on The View, including the fake conservative, they're blaming this on conservatives, and then one of them's worried about the fashion choices. Listen to this.
There's growing anti-LGBTQ sentiment right now, and how it's being framed is as portraying, trans people as groomers. This is a term you'll hear on the far right. They're groomers. This is where you get the anti-drag queen stuff that we're seeing. So Balenciaga played right into their hands by having kids in a sexualized manner, carrying something that represents, sex acts. I think it was a really bad misstep at a moment where it's just kind of a dangerous time to even give credence to those kind of insane takes.
Was there like magic mushrooms involved before that segment? It's about Republicans pounce? Are you crazy? You actually went on the air and said that in response to a disgusting ad sexualizing little kids? You actually said that on a live television show? Folks, listen, I wasn't always in this whole media TV business. I love it. It's been great, and I appreciate you all being here, but I did this police stuff for a living before this. You ever look into the eyeballs of a kid who's been sexually abused? You know what they look like? They look like a doll's eyes. They don't have any emotion. They don't even know what just happened to them. They have no idea. They are so confused. They will never, ever be the same. It's the kind of thing when you see it, you're never going to unsee it for the rest of your life. Ask any EMS worker, paramedic, cop, fireman, social worker, or psychologist who's seen that. Matter of fact, we had a unit in the Secret Service, Electronic Crimes Task Force. It was part of it where they'd have to sit there and analyze child pornography for common images so they could categorize who the children were to go and find them. You couldn't stay in that unit for more than a few months at a time. You'd lose your mind. And they think this is a Republicans pounce moment. You had the other host on The View talking about how Balenciaga's fashion choices were bad. And then you had this New York Times absurdity when high fashion and QAnon collide. QAnon? What the hell does that have to do with sexualizing kids? Are you a nut? This is the kind of crap that only passes in the New York Times. Again, not only did that last person say that on The View, I'm not even saying her name, but these authors in this piece in the byline actually put their names on this. Listen, I'm going to leave this here, and I hope we can all tattoo this on our cerebral cortexes moving forward. If, as a country, we can't throw Democrat and Republican out for 5 minutes and say, listen, our kids come first. We're not doing this. Nope, no way, not in our time. And roundly and soundly call this out in the loudest voice possible and condemn everybody involved, then there's no point in this country at all. It's meaningless and worthless.